Hi everyone, today we have got some big news coming out of Arsenal women's team. We're diving into two stories. Alessia Russo was named England Player of the Year for the 2023-24 season, and we're going to talk also about how Arsenal is navigating the post-Eidevall season after he resigned a couple of weeks ago. First thing first, let's talk about Alessia Russo. She was named England Player of the Year for the past season. She has beaten some massive names like Lucy Bronze and Lauren James, legends in the game. She received the award directly from her family, from her brother and parents. Alessia Russo has been a powerhouse last season with both the Lionesses and Arsenal, 16 goals, 4 assists in 25 games. So that type of performance that really makes a player stand out. This year, she started a little bit slow. She only has 1 goal, I think, in the WSL, and she scored only once so far with the Women Champions League against Valerenga. Her goal against Valerenga might be really the confidence that Alessia Russo needs to get back in her groove. I want to talk a little bit about the game against Valerenga because it was an important moment for Arsenal after Jonas Eidevall resigned and Renee Slegers stepped in. Arsenal came out very strong, winning their first game in Women's Champions League. Emily Fox opened things up after only 70 seconds from the start. She scored, and then Arsenal kept just pressing. I think it was a huge relief for Arsenal fans after Eidevall's sudden exit. Alessia Russo during that game had a goal that was disallowed, but this didn't stop Arsenal's momentum. This victory against Valerenga moves Arsenal second place in Group C behind Bayern Munich. Next Champions League games for Arsenal is against Juve on November 12th. And if I talk about Arsenal, I need to talk about Leah Williamson. I did another video about her. I really like her. She is Arsenal's captain. After Eidevall's resignation, she was pretty vocal about the ups and downs of the team, of the season. After Eidevall's resignation, Leah Williamson joined the England squad for the international break. And she said it felt refreshing to take a break and focus on international duty and have a change of scenery. She also said that the team results this season tell a story. She said something that stuck with me. She said, performance is something you can change and reflect on daily. Now, I know that there has been a lot of talk about fans' reaction to Eidevall's resignation. We are talking about, for example, the Jonas out graffiti or fans that were holding up P45 signs in the stands. It was intense. Some people are calling it toxic, but to be honest, this is what we've wanted for women's football for a long time. The fact that fans care enough to voice their opinion even when it's criticism, it shows that the game is growing and people are invested. Women's football has fought for so long to be taken seriously, and with that inevitably comes the same passionate reaction that fans have in the men's game. In the end, it's about fans who genuinely care and want the best for their team. And sure, in the past, the women's game was mostly supported by young kids and families, which is awesome, but holding it to this positive only standard, it actually limits its growth. Fans are getting vocal, whether it's through cheering or through express their frustration. That's what brings excitement and that's what really pushes the sport forward. And in my opinion, this is the type of energy that will continue to build women's football into something even bigger. Now back to Arsenal. Who is going to be the next head coach of the women's team? We've read some names, and Nick Cushing is on everyone's radar. Is the former Man City head coach. Is one of the only 3 coaches who have led a team in the WSL in the past decade to win a title together with Emma Hayes and Joe Montemurro. But right now, Cushing is over at the New York City FC in the MLS, where he has been since 2022. Arsenal identified him quickly as the top candidate following Eidevall's resignation. But here is the tricky part, that is under contract until the end of 2025. And plus, the New York City FC is currently in the playoffs, so a potential move would have to wait till they're out, which it could go as late as early December. But from what I see, Arsenal isn't rushing their decision. The interim coach, Renee Slegers, really has stepped in, seamless transition, and she has already shown that she can handle the club. The big question is, Will Arsenal go all in with Nick Cushing, or there could be some other names? I started this video talking about Alessia Russo named England Player of the Year for the 2023-24 season. What does this all mean for Russo? There's no doubt that she's able to deliver. Maybe with the Player of the Year award under her belt, this will give her the confidence she needs after a slow start of the season. As for Arsenal, it's all about rebuilding and bouncing back, and they're currently second in the Champions League group. A lot of talent on the roster. With big games coming up, managing player fatigue will be a huge factor, especially considering that many players were headed off for the international duty. Players like Emily Fox or Katie Maccabi have been playing non-stop. So what do you all think? Looking at Arsenal's rebuilding phase after Eidevall's exit, who do you think will end up being the head coach for the women's team? Let me know in the comments. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any updates on women's football. Thanks for watching and for hanging out with me. I've got tons more content coming your way. So I'll catch you next time.